There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotion had an echo in so much space. And when you out there without care, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know, no. I just know too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. I hope that you're having the time of your life. Think twice.
Hey, sorry about that. I'm so sorry. This is the reason. When you're a one-man show, that's what happens. All right. All right. So let me just continue from where I left off. My apologies. My Rodecaster Pro, for some reason, when I went to connect my my camera, my phone actually, in the process of doing that, I think the cable for the Rodecaster Pro. Let me just make sure that the audio is here. Hello. Hey. Sorry about that. See there, this is the problem when GoPro camera can do. This is the problem when you're a one-man show. Sometimes you mess it up. I was saying that in the process of connecting my phone, I think I accidentally disconnected the cable to my Rodecaster Pro, and my Rodecaster Pro dropped. So I didn't even know it was gone. But anyway, my sincere apologies. Let's get back to this, and just give me 10 more minutes and I'll be done. And I was saying that for the first time, we have a president that wants to have a symbiotic relationship with the press, which is fantastic. The other thing I noticed, and this is something moving forward that the White House, State House, has to really look into. I think gone are the days where when you get to a press briefing by the president and then the press pool comes in, gone are the days where you have 150,000 microphones on the table. Tell me in the comments below if you think that that's archaic. Tell me in the comments below. Because this is something that I noticed right off the bat. It's very chaotic. I think that when the president sits or stands to address the press, which in a sense is addressing the nation, I think we are advanced enough as a people to move away from this archaic, chaotic, antiquated style of putting 138,000 microphones, different microphones, on the table as the president speaks. This is very important. State House, if you're listening to me, please listen to this. This is really important. There is no need in this modern day of technology, there's no need to have SML TV mic and ZNBC and Webantu and Prime TV, and there's no need for that. All we need is a brand new system that when the president is speaking, especially from State House should have the state-of-the-art audio system. The State House microphones, one mic or two mics that feed into the press. So the system has to be set up in such a way that the main State House sound system is what is front and center. The president should only have the State House mic in front of him, and from that mic, everyone else has to be connected to that mic so that you don't have to have SML TV microphone, Prime TV microphone, Muebantu microphone, ZNBC microphone, the candidate's microphone. That's 1950 stuff. Guys, we're in 2021. Let's move away from that. That is antiquated. You know the word antiquated? The word antiquated, muchibemba turandati fiakale. Fiamufedro. Fiamufedre fiofiakale. 50, 100. How are you going to sit? The president of the country is going to sit or stand in front of 138 microphones. Now, let's move away from that. I think also the president shouldn't, I don't think the president should sit at a table with a white cloth and flowers there. No, I think that the president should stand. Because let me tell you, here's the thing about standing. This is a vlogger's hack. Every vlogger knows this. Every public speaker knows this. I happen to be a public speaker, and I know this. Do you know that you speak more confidently? You speak better when you're standing up? Do you know this? When you're standing, your posture is better. Your projection, your voice projection is better. Remember when President Hichilem spoke from his house when he held his first national address? Remember that? He was standing at a podium. When you are standing as a public speaker, every public speaker knows this. This is public speaking 101. When you want to deliver a powerful speech full of conviction, full of vigor, stand. Don't sit. Stand. Chin up, back straight, shoulders squared. Stand. Why do you think our friends over there, why do you think they do that? It's because their voice projection is much better when you stand. So my advice to State House is this: you get a podium, a beautiful podium, not just a podium that you buy in ShopRite or somewhere. No, it has to be a custom-made podium. You know what a podium is? Like a pulpit, but specifically designed for the president. And it has to have the coat of arms on the front there. The microphone has to be the State House microphone, either 2 or 1. But State House, it's better if you have 2 because, 2 looks neater, okay? 2 microphones that are completely identical, not one big one and one small one. This is a Shure's mic that I have here now. These are very dear mics. These are very expensive. Do you know that this is the microphone that Michael Jackson used when he recorded his legendary album Thriller? He used a Shure mic. I'm not suggesting that State House gets Shure mics. I'm just simply saying to you that State House has the resources to invest in really, really good mics. Okay, you get 2 of them that are identical because it looks neater. Aesthetically, it's prettier. It's much prettier to look at that way. And then when the press shows up, whatever system you set up at State House, the press has to plug into that system so that the audio feeds into, let's say, for example, if SML TV goes to State House, I should be able to have something that allows me to connect into the State House audio so that I hear what the president is saying. Thirdly, I noticed that the guys who were tasked to set up the sound system, whoever those guys were, get rid of them and never, ever use them again. It is very embarrassing when the head of state is speaking and for some reason in mid-sentence, the audio cuts off. That is very annoying. Now, what I noticed about President Hichilem is that he's very patient. You know, if you notice, and this happened before when he was addressing his MPs. Remember at Mulungushi, he was addressing his MPs. The audio system sort of messed up, and 887 sort of turned to the audio people and said, "Take your time, do your job." He said it again at State House. He said, "Take your time." What he was saying in a very diplomatic way was, you guys need to get your act together. Okay? You all need to get your act together. Get off your little heinies, get off your little blessed assurances, and do your job. You know, I'm not going to sit here for 30 minutes waiting for you to make sure that the cables are plugged in. That ought not to be so. Whoever is tasked with providing good sound for State House, get the best. Get professionals. Don't get some relative or some friend or the friend of the guy at the gate, or no, man. Get professionals to do sound. Sound is the most important thing when it comes to media. Sound. So moving forward, let's not repeat that. Let's not repeat that. Okay? The other thing I wanted to talk to you about, and I'm so glad the president cleared this up. I'm so glad that the president cleared this up. The president mentioned that, because you remember, Mr. Given Lubinda was on Radio Phoenix, and he was so proud when he said this. Mr. Given Lubinda said, and you know, Mr. Lubinda is so eloquent. You know, he speaks, he has such a firm grip on the English language when he's speaking. Mr. Lubinda says, what? And I'm not trying to do an impersonation of him. I can't do it. I mean, I can't speak like Mr. Lubinda. If I attempted to do that, I wouldn't be able to imitate him. But basically what Mr. Lubinda said on Radio Phoenix was, and I heard President Hakainde Hichilema say, boasting, that he met Kamala Harris, the Vice President of the United States. My foot. President Edgar Chagwa Lungu didn't meet the Vice President. President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, the former commander of the armed forces, met Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. That's my feeble attempt at imitating Given Lubinda. But did you hear what 887 said, how he clarified that? Guys, here's the thing. There is a difference between being invited to the White House and having a photo op opportunity. Having a photo op. You know what a photo op is? A photograph opportunity. I want that to sink in for a moment. There's a difference between being invited to the White House and having a photo op, a photograph opportunity with the president. And here's the thing, and I'm so glad the president clarified this. When the White House invites you to the White House, when the White House sends out a communique to State House saying, the newly elected president of Zambia, you are invited to come to the White House. What happens is, when you get to the White House, and yes, that President Hichilem met with Kamala Harris, but the invitation means you confer with the head of state or his vice. You confer. You are standing at a podium as a foreign dignitary, as a foreign leader. When you get to the White House, you're standing in front of a podium with a mic. The host in this case was Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris was standing at a podium right next to President Hichilem. She had a mic, and they were conferring in front of the foreign press, in front of the American press. That means you've been invited. That's very different and more prestigious than, let's say, you're at a function at the White House. There are many other presidents and many other dignitaries. And then a photo op shows up, a photo opportunity. Photo op means photograph opportunity. That means someone says, okay, it's time now to take photographs. President Barack Obama, please stand here. Oh, there's the president of Zambia. Mr. President of Zambia, Mr. Lungu, please come over. Stand over there with President Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama. Click. Thank you, Mr. President. Next. All right, there's the president of Ghana. President of Ghana, please come over and stand over there with President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama. Click. Oh, there's the president of Rwanda. Mr. Kagame, thank you so much. Please walk this way, stand over there, look into the lens, stand and talk to President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama. Click. Okay, next. That's what it was. So that is the distinction. I mean, it's like me. I mean, you saw those photographs I posted on my page. State House didn't invite Tambala Mwewa. They invited the press. And during that press conference, I had the opportunity to take a picture with the president. Now, if I go home and I say, I tell my wife and my kids, I say, guess what? President Hichilem, have you seen this photograph of me and President Hichilem? Hichilem, I changed to invite. No, he didn't. The president, 887 didn't invite me to State House. He invited the press. And during that press conference, I had the opportunity, albeit a brief one, I had a brief opportunity to stand next to the president and take a picture with him. And we spoke for, I think, 30 seconds, 20 seconds. He said something to me. He was very, very kind and very gracious. And you know, I said something to him. And as soon as I was done, one of the press aides there said, okay, Mr. Mwewa, can you please move? Can you move aside there so that your friends can also take a picture with the President Hichilem? That was a photo op. Are you getting that? Are you getting that? Do you hear that? That's what happened. And that's the distinction. So it is disingenuous. It's being disingenuous for given Lubinda. I'll get it right in a moment. Sometimes in Dalaba. It is disingenuous of our given Lubinda to say, President Edgar Chagwa did not, and I repeat, did not meet the vice president. My foot, President Edgar Chagwa, the former commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the Republic of Zambia, did not meet Kamala Harris, the vice president. President Edgar Chagwa met Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. Well, what Mr. Given Lubinda neglected to tell you was that was a photo op. But the White House invited 887 to the White House to confer. Therein lies the difference. All right. The last thing that I found very, very interesting was the way 887 qualified what he said about the Gulfstream. And now this is very telling. I must tell you, this is huge. This is big. Because, there was this talk. I even said it on my show. Because, there's certain times presidents or presidential candidates on the campaign trail, they say certain things that they later on retract. I even said on here, I said, I bet you the president's never going to sell that Gulfstream. I bet you 787 is not going to sell that Gulfstream. Well, at the press conference, President Hichilem qualified that. He was basically saying, I need that plane, and we are going to use it. But we're not going to use an overpriced plane. And now, I mean, with social media, there are different figures that are floating around, you hear this figure and that figure. Basically, and the president gave an example. He said, let's say, for instance, you need a motorcycle. You need it. It is absolutely imperative for you to have a motorcycle to do your job, to deliver services, to do what you need to do to get your job done. A motorcycle will make sure that you do your work expeditiously. The motorcycle is imperative. It's necessary. And let's say the motorcycle costs 2,000 kwacha. But here it is, you turn around and you take 10,000 kwacha and you buy the motorcycle for 10,000 kwacha. What have you done? And basically what the president was saying was this: the Gulfstream is imperative. As a nation, we need a plane that ferries the president from point A to point B, because the president needs to get to where he's going quicker than a normal person. Okay? If I need to go to Shangombo, I'm going to use my vehicle or public transportation. But the president, he has the privilege of using a helicopter or a plane. President Hichilem was saying, we need the plane, but what we don't need, and what we shouldn't need, is a plane that is overpriced. A plane that was bought on the back of deception for the purpose of self-aggrandizement. A plane that was bought under the shroud, the word shroud, under the camouflage of serving the president, but really underneath it all was an underlining thread of corruption. That's what the president was saying. And he's not going to get rid of the plane, or at least, he won't get rid of, he may get rid of that particular plane. But what he's saying is that if we're going to get a plane, and if we're going to use a plane, we're going to use a plane that was purchased at the right price. A Gulfstream right now, a brand new Gulfstream G650 costs $65 million. $65 million. So if the government has that type of money to spend, why would the government spend, and this is just a random figure, I'm just giving you a random figure. If a plane costs $65 million, why would you spend $500 million to buy the same type of plane at the expense of Mr. and Mrs. John Q. taxpayer, at the expense of you and I, all in the name of yeah, the president needs a plane, but a plane bought at the right price, not a plane that is bought under the shroud, under the pavilion, under the camouflage of corruption. That's what he was saying. All right. This is how Tayali started. Guys, come on. All right. Okay. Well, that's what I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much for listening. I got to go. God bless and have a great, great weekend. Peace.